Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. It is May 9th, and we are on day 9. Something I realized I forgot to have you guys take note of when we first started this were a couple of metrics. So a lot of this is based on growing our social media presence organically. And so I forgot to have you look at how many followers you started with and on Instagram and how many friends you have on Facebook. Also on the kind of Instagram I have, it gives you there's like a professional dashboard and it tells you how many accounts you have reached every day. And so if you've got that as well, make sure that you track initially how many accounts you have reached, or you at least start tracking right now how many accounts you reach. And then by the end of this 30 days, you'll be able to see how many accounts you are currently reaching. So I forgot to have you track those metrics and the data. And also, if you want to get even deeper in the details, start tracking details like what your average PRV is for the last 3 months and what your average, if you have a team, what your average team wholesale volume is, group wholesale volume, just over the last 3 months. So you can average that out. And maybe how many customers that you average new every month, those kinds of things. That's really good data to keep track of. And I forgot to tell you that last week when we started this. So sorry. So take a few minutes today to do that. Maybe add that to your checklist. Yes. All right, let me show you today's prompt. It is another value post. This one's fun because people want to share their opinions. Yeah. So the goal on this one is to create that engagement conversation and convey value with the audience. So today's hook is an unpopular opinion. And you can say, most people think this opinion, but share that what you think and why. And then the call to action is ask them to share their opinion on your unpopular opinion and what do they agree with you or not. And maybe even ask them to share their unpopular opinion. Yeah. Hey, hold on one sec. I'm just going to mute myself real quick. Maybe. Sorry that I had bread instructions for him. I put a loaf in and I was just going to kind of YOLO it, but now that he's awake, I can have him help. Okay, so unpopular opinions. I'm going to share mine with you, and you can't use it. You got to figure out your own unpopular opinion. My unpopular opinion is the Beatles aren't that great, and all the remakes of their songs are much better than the original. I'm going to get a lot of lashback from that one. I know I am. But what are some other unpopular opinions that you have that people are like, oh man, this is so great? And you're like, actually, it's not, because. So this is going to be a fun one. Make sure you do a picture, if you can, do a picture of you making a face like, ooh, gonna ruffle some feathers with this, just to be silly and fun. But if that's not your jam, you can do a picture of you smiling and like you have no regrets about what your opinion is. So I'm excited about this one. And that engagement is going to be so fun. Make sure that when people are commenting, you're not just letting those engagements and those comments sit. You want to make sure that you are talking back with them, having conversations, right? Because not only does that build your trustworthiness with them, but it also helps your algorithms. So this is going to be a fun day today. And I actually want to comment on all of yours. So make sure you share either a link or a screenshot in our event so that when you do make those posts, we can go back and comment on them as well and share our opinions with you. Because again, that'll boost the algorithms. And anytime, just a reminder, anytime you need us to help you comment on a post to bump it, let us know. We are absolutely happy to help. So it's gonna be a fun one. Okay, so listen, you guys are gonna be so proud. I finally did my mail and my postcards, except for one piece of mail. One singular piece of mail is not done yet. But the rest is complete. And I'm so proud of myself because that's been on my list, as you know, every single day. So I can officially cross that off. The other things that have been carried over from day to day will still continue. And you guys, guess what? It's payday. It's early payday. I just thought about that. It's the 9th. That's exciting. And here's a reminder, if your paycheck is not where you want it to be, whether or not you have a team, you have total control over the sales that you bring in, over the work that you put in. Yeah. So if you need a plan, if you need help figuring out a plan, how to get more, bless you, PRV this month, or how to get new customers, a really big thing is going to be to do this Power 30 and do your 5x5, 5x7 checklist and stay consistent, but also meet new people. And that sounds simple. I know it's a lot harder than it probably seems. Yeah, I'm just going to meet new people. Go places, be intentional with conversations, open your mouth, right? We have that 30-day conversation tracker that we've got printed in or saved in Nomad. Have conversations with people. It doesn't necessarily have to be about Scentsy, but get comfortable talking to people. Something else I want to remind you guys, if the path that you're on is no longer easy, it's no longer simple, it seems like a challenge, then you're on the right path. You're doing the right things, right? If the work that you're doing isn't simple and you can't just get it done and you're like easy breezy, that means you're doing the right things. If you're following the checklist and your task list and making the posts, if things seem a little bit challenging and tough and maybe uncomfortable, then you're doing the right things. Keep going, push through that discomfort or get comfortable being uncomfortable. I know I am. All right, one more thing that I want to get done today. Today's Tuesday. Oh, since it's payday, I want to be able to do some fun shout outs since everything commission wise is going to be squared away. Cool. All right. And you know what I have on my list to do? Because sometimes I feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Total transparency. I really want to nail down a monthly checklist and daily tasks to see if that would help. Because I've tried it a couple times. I've had the idea of, oh, I'm going to do this, and I've written them down, but I've not ever consistently followed that. So I think what I'm going to use the rest of this month to do is figure out what I actually do daily. You know, cross check with another list that I've got that a friend shared and see if those daily tasks align with what I do, and then implement that starting the second 30 days. So take the next couple weeks to figure out, okay, do I actually do this every day? What can I cut out and what to move forward with? All right, time to connect.
What group of people or thought process are you doing with your connection people today?
I think I'm gonna go back to try and find some house plants. Something populated in my feed, and so I think I'm gonna try the house plants one again. And don't forget, guys, when you follow somebody on Instagram, oftentimes they'll come up with suggestions too of who else to follow. So that's kind of fun, be able to kind of go down a rabbit hole. Who do you think you're going to connect with today?
I don't know. I was actually just sitting there thinking about that. I was kind of thinking like, um, maybe a little like, I do it at a dime home decor kind of thing. So I was kind of thinking home decor-ishy that direction maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
That's where I was kind of going and thinking on that.
dig that vibe.
I get stuck down that rabbit hole. I should put it that way at least.
That's a fun rabbit hole to get stuck down.
I don't know. It's on this whole summer kick right now too, like lake, beach, but I don't know. I think maybe home decor, maybe.
I like that.
I need my to-do list written to me. Team shout outs. In website team shout outs and mail.
Done.
Thanks.
You bet. Here to help.
Yesterday's was a little bit hard. Instead of completely what do you do to prep for the next day kind of thing, it was kind of more like I kind of did because I don't have it's kind of more like if I don't know how to explain it. Like I did like I get things ready so he can make my day better.
Right.
So I kind of like changed it a little bit just because I don't have like kids and things like that to prepare for the day and I don't have to be at work at a specific time or whatever. So but if I get things prepared, he'll get my Mountain Dew for me to get my day going. So
yeah. Hey dude, I think it works.
Went down I went down that hole a little bit. And I think that worked pretty good.
And then I got stuck down a rabbit hole of more sourdough. So some plants, some sourdough.
it really helps your engagement with like your Scentsy posts that way too.
Mm-hmm. It's really interesting to see other people's techniques on sourdough. And, you know, I think this is one of the reasons I love it so much is that it's so customizable to how you want to do it. And there's really not a wrong way to do it. There's things that you can do wrong within the process and things that you need to tweak. But there are so many different ways and variations of actually making sourdough. It's mesmerizing watching people do it. I freaking love reels. And I don't do it
It's
anywhere
kind of
near as much as these people.
it's kind of like selling, and there's so many different ways. But you know what
Yes.
you do wrong? You don't ever bring it to me when I see you. That's what you do wrong.
Oh, with my bread. Right. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna think about that for next time.
Right. And still that packet.
I didn't say either way. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop share. All right, how many have I followed so far and engaged with? Today was easy. 4. Okay, I got one more. And if you guys feel like you have more time and want to do that 6 to 10 range too, don't just stop on 5 just because I do most days. I just know that I get squirrely, and if I can do at least 5, that's already helping my what did I tell you guys? The professional dashboard, like I was talking about at the beginning. The metrics there, when we started this 9 days ago, my metrics were I was only reaching about 3,000 accounts. Now I'm reaching over 5,000 accounts, right? So the daily actions I'm taking are helping. And I bet they are for you too. Start keeping track now. Sorry, I forgot that very important part. I'm excited for my bread score today. The scoring is the design that you make in the bread. I'm really excited for that. I did a moon and stars. So I hope it turns out. All right. I realized I thought I'd completed my checklist yesterday. Oh, I did. Never mind, I did. Anyway, I'm glad we talked that through, guys. Okay. So what I really do need to focus on today, I've got a lot of open links. So the host coaching is going to be a top priority today. Figuring out how to coach differently for people who just have their own link set up, their own private shopping link, versus the ones who are using the scroll and shop party, versus the ones who are doing an online party. Because there's different techniques and tips for them depending on how they're partying, right? You're not going to tell somebody to do something for a home party if they're not having people in their home or even gathering people in one location. They're going to be very different. So when I get that done, I'll make sure to share. It's going to be great. I'm going to set a timer today. It's going to be 30 minutes. I'm going to do it. Oops. Okay. I guess we got 8 minutes left.
That's the good thing about when you do the host coaching, whether you save it in boards or the notes section or something like that, like that's something that you're gonna like rinse and repeat. So when like you share it or whatever, something really good to keep in one location that you can copy paste. And I mean, that way you can change the verbiage for who you're talking to, but you've got the same structure and you can keep it kind of in order. Like, this is what I'm going to send first. This is what I'm going to send second.
Yep.
Or however,
The bones
your
of the
note
structure.
section, yeah. And if you don't know what the app boards or what, if we're say boards and what you don't know what that is, ask. It's an app with it's a text replacement app, key text replacement app. Blah, blah, I can't talk. But keeping that handy is way easier than trying to keep it on a computer or something like that. Keeping it in your phone that you can copy and paste, because 9 times out of 10 you're there. So
Yes.
and I did actually do one last night, like an actual real host.
Nice. That's exciting.
So, a scroll and shop one. So
did you figure out all of the host coaching or just the first couple? Oh no, you froze.
yeah, you,
Yeah, you froze for sure.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
So it was only the beginning, like the first 3 of this is what to send to your friends and post. This is your link. It was only those first 3 or whatever.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Awesome.
but I have ideas. So I'm actually almost to my destination, and there's 5 minutes.
Yep, you cut out again. Great.
But enjoy your. Okay.
Bye, Risa.
Bye.
All right, guys. It feels like I have not pulled a report in forever, and so it feels like I'm brand new.
375 off.
Huh?
375 off.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Done.
you. Thank you. All right, the bread's gonna be so good today. Oh my gosh. I'm really excited to see how that stars and moon pattern turns out. I'll make sure to share on my socials. And a fun reminder too, when you guys are doing all this stuff, yes, it's intentional. Yes, it takes discipline. Yes, you need to be consistent with it. But also, I encourage you to have fun with it. Like, you see that I'm finding people who have similar interests because those are the people I want to follow and I want to see their stuff come up in my news feed. Make sure that you guys are doing the same, right? Don't just find people who you think you should relate to. Find people that you want to. And maybe think of like, maybe call them avatars, like 3 to 5 avatars of people who you think you talk to in your business, or things that you have that are of interest to you. So like plants, Harry Potter, bread, reading, being a mom, working out. Like those would be 6. I said 5. I can't do this. As I'm telling you, but find people who you feel like you could relate to and feel like you could talk to within your business too, like your ideal client, people who have the same things in common or problems that we can solve, things that you're going through. Do you have a house full of kids? Do you have a house full of dogs? Is it chaos? Do you want to talk to people who have the same life scenario, who could utilize our products or utilize our business model? Figure out who you want to talk to, and then base your searches on that too. Figure out who you'd want to have some good conversation with, you know? All right, guys. That is the end of our 30 minutes. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope you have fun with the unpopular opinion post, and make sure you share so that we can come back and comment too. Have a great day, guys.